Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once more to Grigsby's War in the East as we continue. So, we have started making our moves in the previous episode, and there's a lot yet to be done. Now, we did take Pskov, which was awesome. It's a nice objective for us to take. We'll make a nice supply base, and also once the winter does inevitably hit, a good fallback point, as we can shelter our panzer forces here from the harsh winters. So, progress isn't too bad. I don't know if we'd be able to find some kind of comparison. I might have to look for, like, maps and figure that one out. Right then. So I do need to decide what I want to do over here at Pskov. But then again, I do have forces over here on the Finnish front to move first. Now, we do have a lot of force over here, but I think there's no point really sending more than is necessary over here, because it's just a waste of time. I can't move past that, and I only need to capture, well, that one. I don't know if I can even reach that one. So it might be just a threat. So we do have some Alpine forces, and just some forces in general for that. In fact, I think I might just go with the German volunteer forces after all. Yeah, I think that would be just more beneficial. At least in that fashion, I'm not wasting my time. If there's no... Oh wow, there's actually quite a lot over here. Awesome. That's actually fairly decent. About 2,000 in each of them. Okay. Not bad. Not bad at all. Okay. Right. So we should order this in a better fashion. What do we want to do here then? So we do have the 4th Finnish Corps over here. What does the 4th Finnish Corps have in terms of support? Machine guns, etc. And the 7th... Yeah, much the same. Okay. We'll just have to form up. No attack there, sadly. I can't take this as of yet. I could do it, probably send in something, but I think I could effectively ignore Hanko. There is a little bit over here. They are using that supply, however. I just need to take these ports. I need to isolate Leningrad. So we are going to move our forces down here then. Might as well. I'll just go down this path. I may as well. It's the path of least resistance. And there's no point faffing around. I will be very interested to see what the Soviets do. I think I'll have this Jaeger, or this mount, yeah, these Finnish Jaegers assigned over here. I mean, this is rough terrain, so I might as well have that. Okay. Have you reassigned to the 7th. There we go, and this is the 1st Corps, if I remember correctly. Yeah, the 1st Finnish Corps. To the 1st. Here we go. Awesome. Right, we do have a few forces over here. Can I actually use these rails? No, but they're automatically being worked on, so that's fairly decent then. It seems like they're worked on, well, that one is only 1 turn. It might be affected by presence of units in there. I don't think so, though. The cavalry would be far more used over here, in all honesty. I mean, they actually can move. This is just one of those things, isn't it? There's a few towns, or villages, whatever you want to call them, to be captured over here. So there's something in the way of value. And if we capture about 2,000 supplies and 2,000 fuel, it doesn't sound like much, but it's free stuff. It will come in use, eventually. And every little counts. Okay, so you don't actually command anything at the moment. There we go, all happy. Right, your command is here. Yeah, you're happy. Okay, let's have you reassigned. Just to the army. Okay, there we go. Right, so we can't move any further over here, sadly. But that is the Finnish front really dealt with for the time being. Not entirely a huge amount that can be done right there. But I'm still happy with the results so far. It's interesting that the Soviets did decide to pull back. I can now move this at last, that's awesome. So we're going to have it move down here so we can move this air support and use it to support our push on Leningrad. There we go, take them off. Off the train. Righto. Might as well keep them on the rails, but just move them a little bit further south. There we go. A few bombers, a decent amount of fighters. What do we have here? Reconnaissance? Fighter. Ooh, that's pretty cool. These are fighters. Again. Right, reconnaissance, okay. The reconnaissance elements from over here would be quite nice to have. So let's see what we're dealing with over here. Let's get some AI run reconnaissance going. Righto. So you can see there's some forces along the border here. There's a large amount of force here. But only, on the whole, not that much. Which is quite encouraging. I do find that quite nice. Now then. I do have these panzers, and I do need them to punch through. It's going to be one of those things of where do I punch through? There's a large amount of force over here. Can I use my reconnaissance? Try and work out how deep it is. Not that deep. I think I might use unit bombing mode to attack the headquarters, which should make their forces a hell of a lot less effective in the following phase. Right. Okay, good off. Now, the thing is, there's no need to hold this. What I need to do then is actually push towards Lake Ilmen and isolate all these rails here. But I need to push around Lake Ilmen to Novaya Ladoga. Svitsa, or whatever. If I take that, then actually I do effectively isolate Leningrad. I don't need to push on the city itself directly, I can move indirectly. Novgorod would be a superb staging point. Very, very nice. As I think my best choice here then is to actually concentrate my forces. Or at least try to. It's going to be a little bit more difficult due to the nature of the front here. Okay, so we're going to bring our forces back. Okay. Form that division up there. Fuel isn't exactly great right now, so I can keep them in position for the time being and have them function as such. What do we have here? I could do with probably having some AT forces assigned. Let's see. Oh, right, it's already locked, okay. We do have some Panzerjägers, actually, with their 15mm anti-tank guns. Do we have anything else? We do have some light flak, which frankly I will put to use. Might as well. If a HQ is within about like 5x's of some kind of air combat, I think there is a chance that they do help out with their AA. So any extra is of course useful. Right. I would like to just wipe these forces out. It's a bit of... Ooh, they're really low in fuel actually. Very, very low in fuel. So I'm gonna be stuck here regardless. Could I beat them? I probably could, but I really don't want to throw away a lot of force. I might just use these motorized, as they'll be definitely capable of doing it. So let's go for that. Hopefully they do surrender. I should use both forces, actually. Okay, I can just cross here and just finish the job. Right. Okay, they're all gone now. They continue to... Well, they can continue to hold that. We'll have the motorized pull back. Okay, let's move here. So it will be the job of the infantry to push this pocket while our panzers receive fuel. We should have the ability to drop some fuel in, actually. Let's take a look, actually. I think what I want here is... Well, how many divisions do we have here? So 1, 3, 4, 5, 6... Right, so about 6 elements to the Panzer Division. Reinhardt. Actually, I should move you as far away as possible so I can get to the fuel. Okay, can't do that. Okay. I mean, fuel is very close at hand, so it should be a fairly easy task for us to resupply this panzer group. And yeah, I mean, the 4th will receive a lot of supply. They should receive a decent amount too. After all, the rails... The hell? Why is that over there? Did I... Right. Yeah, I don't understand why that is there. I can't remember sending it there unless that was like a mistake. It must have been a mistake because it should be over here. Or there. Okay. Right, well... that's rather annoying then. I must have made a mistake there and not realised and missed it. Righto. Right. I think what I should do is actually move OKH to over here, actually, as then all the pioneers attached over here would start working the rails around here too. So I think I will do that. Right, so you can move up to here then. And then all the forces assigned to you, such as the Pioneer Construction Battalions or Construction Regiments, will start working on those rails. Okay. Can I attach anything else? No. Fair enough. Off train. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna leave that because then you're... Well, on the rails is over here, so I should move there. And there we go. Okay. Actually, I think this core over here will... Where do I want to move it? I mean, I should move it probably over here, but the combat width isn't that good. It's going to take a while to move up over here. I could move them across this territory here. And let's see what can be achieved over here. We do have the potential to cut off these forces here rather easily, so that is pretty nice. I will use... What do I want to use here? cover the border here then. The panzers I will... I'll just have them face the enemy for the time being. Well, actually, I should have the infantry roll up. I don't think this is a very strong line, but I don't have that much intelligence about it, so it's a difficult thing to be certain of. Okay. But I know I can try and isolate these forces here quite easily. So I should try to attempt that. Would be a lot of fuel spent, but it would mean that I would isolate 5 more divisions over here. Okay, what command are you attached to? 2nd Corps. 2nd Corps... that's 10th Corps. Oh, okay, here's 2nd Corps. Actually, we'll have 2nd Corps sent to this area here. Or do we? Yeah, I think we should approach from over here. So... can use them to also hold this area here. Garner a little bit more information about the area here. Actually, I should try to push towards Veliki Luki. Veliki. Not as much range here. Right, use you to battle up this security. Yeah, it is something of a waste of fuel, but I mean, if it does secure like another 5 divisions to... well, not 4 divisions, I think there's like 4 divisions here. Yeah, so 4 rifle and 1 fortified. So at least then we will be able to take those forces out in the following turn, which does mean that we are facing less forces there. So that's definitely worthwhile. It means that we are dealing damage to the Soviet Red Army. And yeah, they're coming close to over 1 million losses. Loss rate is very, very high, but it needs to be much, much higher. We need to inflict greater losses on the Soviets. It's just an issue of supply, really. I think when it comes to supply, we do need to supply this panzer group over this one. This one, sorry. Or do we? They are facing... terrain isn't that good. I mean, sure, they are close to Moscow. But honestly, if I can get to Lake Ilmen, then I can start on my plan to go for Leningrad. And the focus of the campaign, or this phase of the campaign, is Leningrad over, over Moscow. So we'll go for that. Okay. Now we can start to work on pushing across the river here. Try and give you some morale. I'd use a lot of movement, obviously because the zones of control. Oh, we do have another division actually. Good. I can fill that gap in. Where is your headquarters? Not where? Oh, here, okay. Right, now I see it. Right, okay. It is a difficult question, actually, of where do I actually send these infantry? If I go for the north, it is going to take me longer to get there. And that means that they're going to be out of combat and just out of use for longer and therefore meaningless. But if we do over here, we do have the potential to push here, but it's far too easily countered. It's not worthwhile, so I think we'll focus on the area here. I think that's the obvious way to go. So we'll move the furthest away. I think I might go across here, and then at least we can cross here quite easily. Terrain isn't exactly great, but there's just too much combat. Well, just, I don't know, actually I could fit them all in here. Actually, yeah, I think that is worthwhile, and then at least in the following phase we will be able to quickly make use of that. We do have a lot of force here, so I should make use of that and be able to punch through. Oh, damn, you can move quite far. Really far, in fact. Actually, I think I'm going to take up that position there, because then at least I hold a position on the border. Okay, and here too. Move that force. There we go. Right, awesome. Still annoyed of that being there. Okay. I do have this force over here, actually. You belong to that corps. Could use it over here, but there's no point. I might as well take that rail. Okay. Right. Form that back into its formation. There's a town over here, Dritum. A little bit of supply. Okay, we need to get as close to supply over here as possible, as, yeah, this is where the rails are. Again, I don't know, it's not going to be bad. I mean, we do need to try and converge these rails, so we do have a lot of supply depth. That would be nice. Indeed. Right, there we go. Just break this up. Just means that we're covering our flank here. Okay. You should be moved up all over here. Make sure you're directly on rail. Now, I do need some forces over here to deal with the enemy. Well, honestly, it's not needed. And in fact, let's see. I may be able to draw supply from Talanin. Where do I draw supply from? Right, from the railmen. I mean, this I think technically counts as like in rail. Due to the port. Right, army group center. You should be over here. You guys should be here. Right, second army. Right, well, if second army move up over here then. Oh. Right, okay, I should not have actually moved that then. So that is actually Army Group North. That's a mistake, I've just realised there. Right then. Not going to be able to make any progress here. Which is fine, I can keep the fuel going. So let's see. Not available. Right. Something to like make it a priority. I guess nothing is available then in this area. I didn't mean to really do that, actually. But I'll take it. I was kind of trying to see where they were coming from, but I suppose I will do. I really do need to supply this over here. So, right. Really sucks. Panzer Corps, yeah. Launch shot fuel adver. Right, we need to take a look at our doctrine here. Show our doctrine. Let's knock that down a bit. Right. Okay. Yeah, now it's unavailable. God damn it, I wasted a bit over there then with supply. Panzer Corps. Panzer Corps. Send it to that one. Not available? God damn it. That's a shame. Whoops. Okay, then moving on. At least we got something out there. I do need to make it across the River Divina. This is a strong point, however. Let's see. If I push this... Okay, they retreat. And... move you here. There we go. What I can then do is... oh dear. Oh well. It cuts off a, rifle, an NKVD, an airborne brigade, and it does cut off a, strong point. That means at least I don't have to deal with that now. And it does get us across there. Another few thousand men that we'll capture, really. So I suppose it is worthwhile. Okay. There's a decent defensive position there, actually. So we'll move around it. Actually, fairly strong positions here in general. Here's fairly weak, though. Hopefully they retreat. Yep, there we go. That's what I need. Should be able to quite easily overmatch them. Or not. I hate when it backfires. Right, there we go. We are pushing towards Smolensk here. That is the objective of this push. Hopefully I can shatter these forces. I mean, all of these victories do give our men that bit more morale that they are going to need. There we go, the 293rd was routed. That's nice. Right, so how much morale do they have at the moment? That's pretty bad. Pretty damn high morale, actually. They're really high on morale. So if I can keep winning them battles here, that will keep on improving that morale. While lowering the Soviets, as obviously they have lost that battle there. Right, I need to buy my panzers some space to move. That's a decent position, though. We do have a lot of Panzer here. I do need to strike towards Smolensk, actually. How much fuel do we have? I still have an ability to push forward here. Yes, I do. Awesome. Yeah, they're out of support range here. Let's move closer. Right. I don't know if we'll be able to make it through, but I'll try. In fact, what sort of air assets do we have in the area? We do have a few airfields over here. So let's go for a unit. And headquarters is where it matters, so we're going to bomb that headquarters. That's a bunch of level bombers, actually. Do I have any escorts even here? Can I assign any escorts to these airfields? They may not have the range, actually, so I think we'll move the airfields up. Move them closer. But the push towards Smolensk is looking quite nice, actually, so far. We don't have a huge amount of fuel here, but what could we plunder from Smolensk? Practically nothing, but still. Right. Okay, fine. 135 bombers, then I will launch that raid. What I'm going to try to do here is inhibit their effectiveness. Lost a few bombers there, however. Rather light losses. Okay. I think we should make this our doctrine meant to target headquarters. It does make a lot of sense. In fact, I'll move these airfields up and do said thing. Move them right up here. If I can target headquarters, I don't know if it has an extreme impact or a sizable impact, but I imagine it would do. And if the headquarters itself is suffering, then that is going to have a knock-on effect on the actual units themselves. Right, headquarters is in here. Righto. So we're going to target the headquarter here. I don't know what kind of headquarters it is, I don't know what level of command, but we'll go for it. A lot of bombers there. Relatively light losses, even lost fighters there. Okay. I don't see headquarters around here. Right then. fill that gap. We could attack here. I don't think it really have the effect I'd like. Could really be a bad thing. If I attack with motorized, so we have about 64% fuel. Where is the weakest point of the line here? So that is fortified, however, it is fairly weak. It's interesting. Can I get some detailed reconnaissance of this here? Right, might not be worth doing right now, but it is a possible advance avenue next turn. Easily. Okay, there's nothing of value here, so I think what I will do then is I will shift my panzers over here, in fact, and then we can build up and be ready to smash through here and strike at Smolensk itself. That's the plan. This is a really large panzer group, actually. The beautiful thing is the plains here. It does give us a nice little advantage. A little... yeah, I suppose, something to help us out. That's a lot of armor, though. Yeah, I have no idea what sort of strength we're facing here, but it does not appear to be much at all. And in fact, we should be able to smash through it quite easily. So overall, smaller gains on the northern front at the moment, but we have isolated a few divisions. That's quite nice. We have made our inroads towards Smolensk, and frankly, there's not much between us and Smolensk. We will be able to force our way through, we will be able to destroy the Reds in Smolensk, and that is another objective down then. So far, the advance is keeping pace. I mean, the south does need to reorganize quite badly. You can see here, we do have interesting going on here. So key objectives is Veliki, Smolensk. Well, Smolensk is a key objective. I think it is a true objective? No, it's not a true objective. We have actually achieved one of our major objectives down... It doesn't show when you get closer. I suppose that's because we already have it. Oh no, we do have it, yeah, there we go, Kiev. That's our objective, or one of them. So yeah, a lot of them are in the south. But these are the war-winning ones, taking Moscow and Leningrad. It won't end the war, but it will make it very difficult for the Soviets. Okay. So Novgorod is another future objective. No. This rail is farther behind. So I should switch my focus to over here, I suppose. I don't know, they're about equal, really. So, we'll move out as far as we can. Together they could potentially force that. I think they could probably do that. I can give it a go. We'll give it a go. Yeah, look at that. Routed and retreated, retreated. Oh, I can follow that up too? Awesome. I can try and chip away at this. They held, of course. Try again. Good. Retreated. 57% fuel. Right. I kind of regret moving them there now. What do we have in Smolensk? But I actually, you know what, I think we could actually push through. But, well, there is potential to push through here. Let's see. Right. Could use a motorized to try and open this up a little bit more. Let's use SS forces. I think we'll try and push these guys back here. Yeah, that should be enough power. Yeah, more than enough there. Okay, still allows us to move on. Let's see. Let's move you forward as we're facing... Yeah. Yeah, you still have a lot of range here. Right, that is a decent position there, actually. Oh, this is a Das Reich. Right, that should be more than enough. Yep, there we go. A little bit more now. Let's keep moving. I can easily crush that. But what we'll do is... Actually, can you crush that? Let's see. Yep, you can force them to retreat. Can't make any more use of that, but we can use this force here. Okay, so there's more in Smolensk than I was hoping for. I can't get the vision I need, I just don't know what I'm facing there. But let's push back this infantry division, and then we've opened the way up to Smolensk completely. Yeah, it's now open, and all we had to do there was use a motorized and a motorized brigade. So, frankly, that's a lot. Do we not have the range? It might be the zone of controls. Zone of control. Should have done that with support, actually. But the Das Reich did very good there. They gained some nice morale. These guys gained some morale too. The Großdeutschland. Right. There we go. Interestingly, you can move quite far. Right, that's an AT brigade. Could I attack here and then we could see what's actually in the city? So, select all, launch. I don't know what's... Oh, right, okay, so we've identified what's in the city now. 3 rifle divisions, that's not that nice. Okay, I guess we could try to surround the city. Or... what's probably a wiser idea then is just securing our position here, and then moving up later. If I can't do it in one turn, there's not much point to it. So I'd rather not waste the resources then. But we have really pierced that line here quite effectively. I just worry about my fuel. So we'll keep the panzers fairly far to the rear here. And we still have power to take the city. It's just with 3 rifle divisions in there, I want to see what happens. They may choose to, elect to abandon the city. Which is not a choice that is ruled out at this moment. And if I can do that, well, if I can allow for that to happen, then I can take the city without losses. That and I'd rather use infantry to take the city than throwing in armoured against it. But that's something I wasn't anticipating. I didn't anticipate being able to really smash our way through. And yeah, that happened. That definitely did happen. Okay. Good on command here. Okay. Let's just push this division on the side. That's only 1 division. 106, yeah. 2 divisions might have been able to dislodge them. Okay. And now we can move the glorious 4th. I will take that position. The important thing here is holding a line. Because if I hold a line, I force the Soviets to use forces all over. And I can use my panzers to pierce and push. Right, you notice that they do have a high level command over here. So, 32nd Army and 3rd Army, wow. Okay. Right. So we need to get across the River Dnieper, which is easier said than done considering the defensive positions here. Let's see if I can get some reconnaissance. Okay, so overall, some fair defensive positions, but not entirely impenetrable. The real major issue is, of course, the major river. Who'd have thunk it? And the trees actually don't help us out. But we can take this position here. That is the weakest point. Right. Do we have pioneers in this headquarters? We do have a pioneer battalion. Awesome. They will be very, very helpful here. 2 divisions would be... I don't know, I think 1 division would be sufficient. I should have really had them use... howitzers and Stokes. Okay, yeah, they were still routed anyway, so we did cross, and they did gain some valuable morale. Okay, let's get ourselves over here. Now then. I'll reinforce that position here. Okay, now let's do something. Oh, they held. Irritatingly. And again. Okay. Well, we do have a position across the Dnieper River here, so I'll be able to make use of that in following turn, as we have our forces right over here, ready to cross. So I'm going to have them cross in strength. There we go. Now, see, that's the security division. Honestly, don't know where to place them. Okay. So we're not that far out then from our starting position. But obviously things have definitely slowed down due to the advance of the panzers, and it did take us some time to clear up all those forces over here in the Baltic. But we are pushing. We have made a big push towards Smolensk. I don't know if I want to occupy a position right next to the city. I'm just going to be interested to see what the Soviets do and how they react more than anything. As you can see here, it's fairly weak, and we might be able to use our panzers or just infantry in general to corral the Soviets here into a pocket. Or a cauldron. And same again over here. Right, this stuff's going to take a long time to do. Right, I could hit this position here and cause some disarray in the Soviet lines. I mean, that's 2 army headquarters, that's pretty, yeah. Force them out of formation. Right. You'll be able to achieve that on your own, I'd imagine. Well, not. I mean, you did have support there too. Rifle and 80. There we go. Right. Trying to make maximum use of my supply. Let's move you guys over here. Okay. I'm going to be extremely interested to see how they respond. Right, there's so much over here that needs cleaning up. I really conducted the advance in the south poorly. Very poorly. But we'll start with the infantry and move up like that. Oh, well, they can advance pretty damn far. Form the line down here. There we go. Okay, so this is your command. Okay, what do we have here? Tank and airborne, and a rifle. Now let's clean these forces up. Yep, there we go, that's 267 armoured vehicles. Okay, that's another 10,000 infantry. And that's made our supply issues over here a lot easier. Right, there we go. So we are starting to clean things up now, which is awesome. Let's see. Are we at 1 million yet? Right, so we just finally passed 1 million losses for the Soviets, and really lost rather tiny amounts ourselves this turn. They lost 322 armoured fighter vehicles this turn, we lost 0. That's good news. Only 296 have been lost in the campaign so far, while almost 6,000 for the Soviets. Right, so things are looking fairly decent. You can see the loss of guns here is rather large. But good so far. Not great, but good. It's okay. I'll say it's okay. Indeed. Vehicles captured from the enemy. 11,406. That's a fairly hefty amount. I do wish we could capture more. Right, the issue is the forces still around over here. There's a lot of them. Yeah. But once they're inevitably dealt with by the rearguard forces, then yeah, that's it. There's really nothing in our rear. I mean, they're doomed anyway. They're so far from supply, it's unreal. Large pocket there to corral. probably get that cavalry division. Indeed. Again, there's really not much here in the south. There's just not much. They did form a line though, however. I mean, once we do bypass this swampland over here and do finally take Gamel and Chernigov, then we will have all of this added into our control. There probably will be a few units in there, but for all intents and purposes, I could leave them in there just to starve to death. It doesn't matter. There will probably be annoyances, so I'd have to send some like security forces, a few, just to clean them up. But so far so good. I will be interested to see how my new doctrine of targeting the enemy headquarters does pay off. I imagine it's got to pay off fairly well. You can see here all the territory that we did take. It's good news. We have our crossings across the Dnieper. The Dnieper is being left behind slowly but surely as we cross it. It is a formidable defensive barrier, especially down here by Kiev. But the thing is, we did take the important assets of Kiev. You can see their defensive value is huge. And these are like Slovakian forces here, they're not exactly the Kremdikachem. By that I mean like outfitted. Okay. There's not much baroness over here. So I think maybe 2 turns we'll be able to advance past Kiev. And keep on moving. I do need to move my armoured forces down to the south here. Though I can start to do that as I push through here. And then we'll start towards our objective. And keep going. Lots of resources there. Lots of industry in the south here. There's a lot of industry in the Ukraine. Very important. But I think we'll leave it off here then, so I'd like to thank you all so very much for watching, and I can't believe Lvov is still holding out here. Well, will inevitably fall, given time. So yes, thank you so very much for watching. Do let me know what you think down in the comments down below, and I will respond with answers to your questions. And if you have any ideas, or suggestions, or just any knowledge of the game, or any knowledge at this point in history, what was happening, what had been achieved, and how we're comparing here. I don't think we're doing too badly. We're doing alright. I'm just happy that we have managed to be able to punch through to Smolensk, just on the outskirts. If we'd been held by anything weaker, I would have been able to take that city, which would have been a nice prize, but hey, there's always next time. So yes, thank you so very much for watching, and please, I know it sounds awful to ask, but I am needing a few more patrons this year. I really do. It's becoming a little bit difficult to try and afford everything. So if anybody does think I deserve it, you can back me on Patreon for any amount a month. It's really awesome. It makes a huge difference and allows me to carry on doing this, as having music on really inhibits the amount of money I could potentially make. I mean, I don't do this for the money, I do it for the enjoyment and to entertain people, but nothing's free in life. And of course, do subscribe for more, comment down below, like and favourite and subscribe, sorry I've already said that one, and share with your friends. So, I'm going to start babbling on, and until next time, goodbye for now. It's been awesome guys, keep staying cool.